On time.
We're actually on
How?
time.
How?
I don't know.
How did we do that?
This is a weird thing. Are we in a multiverse?
Wait. Which two geeks, one mic, Earth verse are we in right now?
Hopefully the one where we're Jedi Knights.
We are definitely not in 616.
No.
I can tell you that. Because there's no fucking mutants.
Where's the mutants?
You're dropping an F-bomb right off the bat so that we can't monetize. Bam! That was the strategy.
No money for us. It's fine.
Hey, you know what else we should do?
You're supposed to be getting those Amazon checks. What the heck?
No, we're not shilling hard enough for Amazon. we gotta work a little harder on that.
We'll get there eventually.
We'll get there. What is going on?
What'd you do?
I was trying to do a thing and it's not working, so just not gonna do the thing. So what's up? We've got Wasteland Sniper in the chat. What's up? Is there gonna be Deadpool and Wolverine? There will be a little bit. However, we honor and respect the code of no spoilers.
Yes.
So we're gonna wait to talk about it.
Give us
because
some time.
We're not gonna spoil it for y'all.
We will say
because
we've both seen it.
We've both seen it,
and it's amazing.
We both loved it.
Go watch it.
I mean,
so
10
good.
out of 10 Geek Splats.
So good. Oh yes.
Very, very spoilable. Spoilable.
We're gonna coin that
And
phrase.
spoilable. That should be on a shirt.
Is it spoilable?
It's spoilable.
Two geeks.
Two geeks is spoilable.
Coming now.
Okay. I lost my train of thought. No, Deadpool and Wolverine. Fantastic.
Super spoilable though.
Super spoilable.
There's so many clips on Facebook right now too. I feel
Yeah,
bad for anyone who hasn't seen it.
If you haven't seen it, just avoid the internet.
Exactly.
I did get spoiled on one thing.
Oh, I was avoiding every social media so hard for 3 days.
I tried. I did try, and even just doom scrolling, and it was like nope. And I got spoiled.
Yeah,
it wasn't too bad. It wasn't a terrible thing, but it was one of the things that I had no idea was coming. So I was a little like, oh shit. But it was kind of it wasn't a bad spoil.
Yeah,
because then I was kind of like, wait.
It's still out of context.
If that's what they're doing, what else are they? It was tantalizing. It was almost like when you go to the mall and there's the Japanese teriyaki chicken place, and they're like, "Here's some teriyaki chicken as a sample," and you're like, "Well, now I know what it tastes like," but you don't really, because you don't also have the rice and the mushrooms and the steamed cabbage. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
I get what you're laying down.
So I got a sample of teriyaki chicken. I did not get a whole serving.
I actually got into it without a single spoiler.
Waffles is in the chat. What's up, Waffles? Waffle. No, so Wolverine and Deadpool, that was a good thing. What other movie was there? There was another movie that I saw, I want to say. Was it?
Recently?
No.
We had The Acolyte. That was the only other thing I was
The Acolyte was you guys finished off the series.
We finished the Acolyte series.
Just break it down for me. What did you guys think? Because I totally watch our own content.
Yeah.
So I know this, but as a recap for
you didn't see it, go back. Me and Amber, our third geek, the Mike as she is now calling herself, which is just hilarious. Amber and I did the 7 and 8 review because this guy decided to go, ride across the country on motorcar.
I was traipsing around.
Weird. Yeah, weird stuff.
I will also we will cover that too. We'll cover my
later.
traipsing.
But overall, I would say that we liked the series. There were parts of it where like, oh my gosh, really? Did we just do that? What are we talking about? But here's the thing. Here's my advantage over yours. I've read the High Republic books. You haven't, and Amber hasn't. And I said episode 7 was awesome. A lot of people are disagreeing with me. Why? You don't know the lore that I got caught up in. There are so many references to the books in that episode. It made me so happy. It made me very happy.
All right. Look.
But overall, I liked Acolyte. I would say I liked it. I liked the choreography. The battles were so much better.
Yes.
And also there was a huge thing about lightsabers and how they looked. It was so good. The fight scenes were amazing. The acting was actually decent. There's a couple of them I was like,
the child acting was terrible. But the child acting gets a pass because they're kids.
They're kids.
Not everybody can be a Haley Joel Osment or
no. And when you got to play two different people too, I'm going to give her a pass on that.
Anakin.
Yeah,
remember
you
his damn
can't.
name.
What?
The kid Anakin.
Oh,
Which was supposed to be just kind of a funny joke because his acting was also kind of cheesy.
but he's a kid.
But he's a kid. Stop bullying people on the internet because you don't like the new character. Stupid. Okay.
Anyway,
Acolyte.
so
yeah,
good.
So your thing with the Acolyte.
I loved the Acolyte. Overall, there were parts of it I said, "What are we doing, Disney? Stop! You're literally reversing Jedi lore," which I get, but also we're both very much people of you can love and hate it, but you can still love it. Stop being a let's boycott it kind of a person. Right?
I think my. I mean, I'm going to toot my own horn here for a second.
Yes.
I think my metaphor of Star Wars being a Baskin and Robbins is an accurate metaphor.
100%.
Guys, just because Baskin and Robbins, they got 31 flavors. 30 fucking 1 flavors. It's stupid to think that you would love every single flavor of ice cream at Baskin and Robbins.
Right.
Guess what? You can still love Baskin and Robbins and hate like 75% of the flavors that they have there.
Yes.
Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This isn't about ice cream. So for all you people that are like, I hate Star Wars, they ruined the Star Wars universe because I don't like 100% of the content out there.
Yeah.
Really?
You're never going to like every single movie.
Stop it.
Never going to happen.
And why don't you just call it and just say, because my thing with the Acolyte, I will say 100%, it is a mid story.
Yes.
It's mid.
It's not huge.
They had moments of what the fuck, but then they had moments of holy shit. That was cool as hell.
Yeah.
We got moments in the Acolyte, and for all of those of you who say that Leslie Headland doesn't know the lore, I'm sorry, fuck off. You're wrong.
Does.
She knows the lore. There are too many abstract references in the show, even including Basil. Like that species has never been acknowledged outside of books and expanded universe.
And Basil is amazing.
Cortosis has never been acknowledged, but it's widely accepted to be a part of the Star Wars canon.
Exactly.
So,
and there was the whole thing of all the new Force and Jedi. First time it's actually been canonized, which was cool. I actually accepted it. It was cool.
They did it in a good way. They did it well.
We have set up to have follow-on series that I think everybody will watch. Darth Plagueis made an appearance. Everyone went, who the fuck is that? We knew who he was. We knew. We've been done. We all know that.
We've been done.
All right, that was Darth Plagueis. 100 fucking. You cannot tell me it wasn't him. Also, we're eating popcorn. What was the other? Oh, I had it in my brain, and now. All the force powers that Jin used to hand-to-hand combat. And blow things up. It was amazing.
It was good.
And these are things that were lost to the Old Republic Jedis because of conservatism and all that stuff, if you know the books and the lore. Right. But plus, like I said, if you've read the High Republic books, which I highly suggest everybody do because I love them, and there's still a few I need to read because I've got the stack of reading.
We got a TBR list that keeps on going.
We got so many books we need to read.
How you doing with Chronicles of Prydain?
I'm halfway through the second book.
Are you really?
I'm halfway through the second book. Oh, dude, my last week of vacation, I literally finished the first book, and I got all the way through the second book.
What did you think about the first book? We never talked about the first book.
We'll get to that.
Okay, we'll get to that.
But Acolyte as a whole, I liked it.
Keeping my ADHD
and the setup that they have made to do a follow-on series, plus maybe a couple offshoot series, I'm excited for it, and I want to see what they're going to do.
It'll be interesting.
But I think the main point they did was they were introducing all these force powers that we have lost through their regular series that maybe they can bring into the follow-on movies that they have announced that are possible.
So you think this is a seed that will one day grow and flourish?
Because they've already announced we saw
beautiful force tree.
The next Rey movie that they're talking about, which I'm not super excited for. Let me say, Rey, I have mixed feelings about. We can get into that in a different episode.
I love Rey.
I don't mind Rey, but there's things about her that I want to change. And especially the last 3 movies, which everybody had opinions on those. But they've announced the next movie, right? We saw that.
Right.
Hopefully, we're going to pull things from the Acolyte that start making an appearance back into Jedi lore, and we get some really cool content. That's what I'm hoping.
Nice.
The other thing I really hated, I just spent last week in Disney World. 5 days straight in Disney World. Not a single piece of Acolyte merch. What the heck?
Are you serious?
Not a single piece of Acolyte merch has been released. There's a couple things online. There is a Basil action figure. There's every Jedi that was in it. There's action figures. But there's not any more Acolyte merch that has been released in Disney World.
I do have this little guy here.
Yes.
Thank you, Eamon.
A new crystal.
Is a bro. Brought me back the new crystal. I like the new case.
The case. So I am attempting to find Kylo Ren's broken Kyber crystal. You have to buy a bunch of blue crystals to do it. I've gone through 5 so far, and I haven't found it.
Where are my crystals?
So we're gonna have to work on that. They're
probably
in your lightsabers.
Well, I have a few. I have some extra ones. Anyway. So, tell us about the rest of your trip too, because you were in Disney World.
I was in Disney World so we did Saturday to Saturday.
Hell yeah.
Saturdays were obviously our travel days. Sunday we started in the parks, and we just kind of jumped in. We did have one non-park day. Thursday was our chill. We went to Disney Springs.
You gotta have one.
You gotta have a non-park day. If you're gonna do Disney World right, have a non-park day and have a lot of time to spend at the resort and actually enjoy the resort.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. So we stayed at Tiana's Bayou Riverside Resort.
Are you serious?
It was so much fun. It was so good. The hotel room was amazing. All the little hints they put in, like our curtains looked like patchwork sewn curtains. It was so cool.
That's cool.
It was fun. It was a good time. And we got lucky. We had a pool right in front of our building. So we got to just walk right out and go to the pool. We could have gone to the bigger pool, but that's where all the kids go. And we were like, we want to swim by ourselves. So it was nice. We swam in the pool every afternoon to cool off. It was
big brain
hell. Oh my gosh, it was so hot.
Hot?
Yeah, hot
in Orlando
Florida.
in July?
Right. It was hot, but it was humid, so it was better. I don't like dry heat. I like humid heat.
All right.
So we had a good time. Hit all the parks at least once. Some of them we hit twice. We did
Iris Bear asks if there were frog lovers.
There's always frog lovers. All the time.
There are dozens of them.
No, the funniest thing, so there's one day it poured rain, as it does in Orlando. Everyone says it. If you go to Disney Orlando and you don't get soaked by rain at least once, you're not doing it right.
What are you doing with your life?
What are you doing with your life? You're not doing it right? So it poured rain. We're walking back to our hotel room through the marshy bayou that they've created to get back to our bungalow room. And literally there are hundreds of these teeny tiny little frogs bouncing across the concrete. And we're just like, this is the freaking bayou.
Where was that video?
I'm sorry. Okay, listen. I'm not a great content creator yet. I suck at making content, guys. I'm sorry. I did as many TikToks as I remembered to do, but I suck at making content.
We forgive you.
I'm sorry.
Collectively.
But we had a great time. I did build another lightsaber.
I was just going to say, did you build another lightsaber?
Yes, of course I did. Every time I go, I build a lightsaber, guys. I am one away from the full collection again.
But this one was your first Gen 2?
No, this is my third Gen 2.
Third Gen 2.
I have 3 of the Gen 2s. You have one behind you. That's my Gen 2.
This is the Gen 2. Oh, yeah, that's the Gen 2. So you can tell it's a Gen 2 because it's got the horn
and then
instead of the tooth.
And then all of the pin on the Switch now. So when you go and you build a lightsaber, they give you a pin, a very specific pin, so they know which lightsaber you want to build.
Right.
And each of the new selector switches is the new pin.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, all of the new selector switches is the pin, which is cool. So I have built this one. I've built the Jedi Temple Guard one, and I've also built the Dark Power and Control.
Where is that?
We have one right here. Oh no, that's not it. That one.
Is it that one?
That's your Gen 2, that one, right?
I do. Do I have a Gen 2?
Yes, you have a Gen 2 from the Disney World trip we did.
I just have so many lightsabers.
We have so many lightsabers. We just don't know how many we have. Anyway, I will be doing videos because I've got to build my holders and stands for those that I print.
You're doing the 3D prints of them, right?
Oh, yeah. So I print my own stands and then put them on the wall. They look really cool. So I got to do that.
You're doing an office tour.
Oh, yeah. So we got to do an office tour. I got to change my office. I got to clean up my house.
So was there anything? So as someone who's been to Galaxy's Edge a couple of different times, what was the main differences in Galaxy's Edge?
So Galaxy's Edge this time, honestly,
changes, anything like that?
Nothing too crazy.
New characters? Did you run into new characters?
I ran into Mando. Saw Mando with his baby Grogu in his pouch. It was so cute. I saw Ray, and that was about it. Ray with the girl from Rebel. I don't know who she is. I've seen her. No, it wasn't Sabine. It was the Rebel fighter that's always with her. The one with the like purple streak in her hair, or whatever it is.
That was Sabine.
That's not Sabine. No, not the Mandalorian fighter. She's just a straight rebel.
Oh,
I think she's from like one of the cartoon series.
Oh, she was. There was a couple of cartoon series that was like geared more towards kids.
Yes,
that I didn't.
That's probably what it was.
Echoes of the Force.
There was a lot of like the Jedi mini, the new what is it? Jedi Padawan kids series that's been coming out lately. There was a lot of merch from that. So merch wise, a lot of good stuff.
Because I know they had the ice cream maker.
Yeah,
the ice cream maker storage.
They have so many lightsabers now, though. It's insane.
Really?
Oh my gosh. Kin Jarrus. I want his lightsaber so bad.
The Darksaber?
No, Jarrus.
Oh, Kanan Jarrus.
Kanan. Oh, they got his saber, and it looks so good. I want his so bad.
I love it.
I made a kid so jealous too. We were talking about lightsabers. We'd done the build, and we were kind of talking. He was like, "Oh, it's my first one. I love it so much." I'm like, "Yeah, I have 7. I feel bad."
Fucking nerd. Like, why did you need to do that?
I have 7 of them. And
he
was like, "Really?"
New rule. If you humble brag and make a kid feel bad, you have to buy him a lightsaber.
I didn't make him feel bad. He was so happy about it. He was like, "You have 7 of them. That's so cool." I was like, "Yeah, like I've done this 7 times."
And then you looked at him and you went, "This could be you too, kid."
Dude,
you.
If you ever go and build the lightsabers at Disney World, there's always the character who walks you through the process and tells you the lore and has fun with it.
The gatherers.
This is the best gatherer I've ever had.
Really?
He was so good.
I would like to see a TV show of the gatherers.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Like Disney, seriously, get on it.
That would be amazing.
That would be so good.
This was the best gatherer. He was so funny, and he was so great. And also, the first time.
Oh, yeah?
When you look at all the colors that everyone's picked, right? No red. No red lightsabers. There were no Sith in this group.
Not a single
Sith in the group. It was crazy. Last time I was the only Sith.
I feel like that's something special.
Yeah, I was the only
Being
Sith.
the only Sith.
Let's fight.
Only Siths.
Only Siths. We're going to start our only Sith
Only
page.
Siths.
Dude, you know how much money we could probably make off that?
Stop. No, we're not doing that.
You want to see our other lightsabers? Oh. That right there is what we do.
Oh,
yes,
God.
we're all here for the shenanigans.
Oh, God.
That's all we have is shenanigans.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so it was a good time.
Lost my train. Oh, I was going to say, that's the cool. Okay, so like, I know in the past people have like talked about the building the lightsabers experience and how it's like, oh, it's $200. What is it? $250 now?
$250 now, yeah.
$250.
Something like
it's $250. It's so expensive. I don't know if I want. First and foremost,
it's
a very quality product. Like the lightsaber itself. We've popped each other around with them. Like we've had little duels with them.
I hit my dogs all the time.
Secondly, the experience that comes with it is so good. Like
it's so much fun. They get into it so well.
You can't discount that. You can't take that out of the equation when you look at this. I cried the first time, right? Like I didn't like sobbing, but it was like teary-eyed.
This is so.
This is the
cool. Dream of the kids who grew up with Star Wars.
Yeah,
it's so good.
And
if you can scrape together cash, I highly suggest doing it. It's so.
If that's the only thing you spend, look, I kind of do this thing with my kids where I'm like, okay, we get into the park, you can pick one souvenir that you get to pick out yourself. I pick out another souvenir that I will get for you.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a way for me to be like, we'll get you 2 things. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Obviously, they usually end up with a couple more because I'm like, you need that.
We're
not going to count that one.
Happens.
But that's the rule. That's the mindset that we go in with.
Yeah.
If that's the only thing you do in the parks, if you go 3 or 4 days in the Disney parks and never spend a dime on it, will be money well spent. You will not leave dissatisfied.
No.
Like, honestly,
it's
such a great experience.
It was so good. Road Motion Ride. I didn't ride the new Star Tours. I will admit I didn't do that. There's the new Star Tours with the new scenes and stuff. I didn't do it. I'm sorry.
Have you ever been the rebel spy?
My wife, I've never been the rebel spy. My wife,
I have once.
Humble brag.
My
wife does not like the Star Tours ride. She can't do it because it makes her feel sick.
Oh yeah.
So when it's just me by myself, I don't go on it by myself. It's weird. But it was, that's the one thing I didn't do.
So what we need to do, what I'm hearing is
we got to make another Disney.
We need to go down to Disney.
Yeah, and then we'll ride the Star Tours.
Ride Star Tours.
Yeah, like 16 times.
So I brag about being the rebel spy one time in my life. I must have. First off, I've ridden Star Tours like 800 times. Yeah. Okay, like for real, and 100 of those came in a single day, because there was no line, and I was like, I am not leaving today until I'm the rebel spy. And we went around and around and around, and just kept riding that fucking ride.
Because it is a ride where 5-minute wait is normal.
Well, even longer than that.
Dude, almost the entire time I was there, it was like a 5-minute wait.
What?
The only time it jumped to higher than 30 minutes was when it was pouring rain.
Dude, I have spent hours in that line.
5 minutes the entire time. Because everybody wants to go ride Rise of the Resistance. That's what it is now.
Oh, did they migrate?
You can just jump in line for that one now.
Rise of the Resistance was great too, though.
They also opened single rider for Rider Resistance. But here's the caveat. You don't get to fly in the ship. You come into interrogation. So for those of you who don't know, when you ride Rise of the Resistance,
I would
no.
Look,
don't ride a single rider your first time.
Do not do single rider, because here's the thing. If you don't, Poe Dameron comes in and says, I hear we got a bunch of new recruits.
Yeah.
And it's a fine looking bunch of new recruits. Yeah. And he gives you the eyebrow raise. And look, if Poe Dameron...
No comment from the audience.
2 Geeks on One Mic is filmed before a live studio audience.
Of one.
It is hot, though. But
it's hot.
If Oscar Isaac is going to look at you and be like, we got a fine-looking group of rebels, and then give you the lip bite.
I don't think he does lip bite.
I think he does. In my mind, he does every time.
I imagine it.
Do not miss it, is what I'm saying.
It's so worth it.
Is it hot in here? I feel like it's hot in here.
Anyway, I'd say your first time, don't do single rider. It's not worth it. But there is a secondary.
That's also a great thing to do, Iris.
Oh, just walking down Main Street is so much fun. So much fun.
It's glorious. I think that's the magic moment, though. You walk
when you see Magic Kingdom,
the castle right in the background.
That is
gorgeous.
That is Disney World, and it's so much fun.
It's so good.
That's only one of the parks in Orlando, at least.
That's true.
So there's a lot. I do need to go back. We do need to go back to Disneyland because Deadpool is there now.
Yes, the Marvel campus. Deadpool and Wolverine are there.
And he has. This is the thing that surprised me with Disney with Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm going to go back to it for a second.
Okay.
One, the things he got away with saying during that movie. How?
So you ready? Ready for this? So I watched tons of interviews, right? Because I knew that the interviews were ways of consuming Deadpool and Wolverine content without getting any spoilers. Mm-hmm. Because Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds,
they don't want to spoil.
They're not going to spoil it. They want people to enjoy their. Exactly. There was one interview in particular that was hilarious where they took a lie detector.
I watched that one. So funny.
That was great. If you haven't seen that one, you need to.
Green Lantern.
The next one though, I did see there was someone had asked the question, how did you get away with these jokes? Because they make some pretty serious digs against Disney and Fox.
Oh yes, 100%.
And Disney is pretty notorious for controlling dialogue and making sure you're not making fun of the brand too much. Mm-hmm. And Ryan Reynolds straight up said, look, honestly, we knew that they were like this. We would submit the script to them regularly, and they never came back. They never came back and said, no, you can't do this. Never, not once.
I wonder if this is them trying to rebuild that Marvel.
And that's what he said. He said what it came down to basically is they enjoyed, making money, and they knew that this was.
It hit 50 million opening day.
It's a funny script. It's a good script, and I think it's really good to kind of get back to that mentality of it's okay to laugh at yourself a little bit. Yes. It's okay to poke fun at yourself a little bit. You don't have to take yourself so seriously. And Deadpool versus Wolverine gives him that. And in this same interview, this is the great one. Hugh Jackman looked at the script and went to Ryan Reynolds and was like, I mean, Did you see the movie, Iris? Did you see the movie yet?
If you haven't seen it yet, you're going to change that too.
But Hugh Jackman looked at Ryan Reynolds on set and was like, there's no way Disney's going to approve that. And said he was, quote, well, I don't know if he said gobsmacked, but I feel like that's something an Australian would say.
Mm-hmm.
I was gobsmacked, mate. I couldn't believe you put that in the script.
It was insane.
That was a terrible Hugh Jackman impersonation.
And obviously, they both worked with Disney a lot here in the past. So it's insane that they got that all approved. Well, you can't talk shit if you haven't seen it yet.
That's true. Well, no. Possibly. We'll see. The future is not written. As the TVA shows, they might show up and prune our time.
The only thing I will say,
I will say this. Before watching Wolverine and Deadpool, you should watch Loki, the TV series Loki.
Yes.
Because you need to know what the TVA is.
You got to know what TVA is.
There is some prep work with this one. And
Logan.
you need to watch Logan.
You have to watch Logan.
I don't like Logan. I don't like it. I have so many problems with it. But you do need, in order for the movie to make sense, you need to watch it.
You want to hear something?
No.
I know everything about Logan. I've never watched it.
It's bad.
I've heard that. So I heard how bad it was. I didn't want to watch it.
Maybe it's good. I don't know. Maybe it's good. We'll see.
I don't know. The cameos and everything were amazing, but Deadpool and Wolverine are in Disney now, and if you can see videos of their little acts they've been doing, it's hilarious. The funniest thing too is, so I don't know if it's a thing to just make Deadpool more PG for the parks. He doesn't have his guns in his holsters. Did you notice what he has?
What does he have?
Churros. He has churros in his gun holster. It is hilarious.
That's perfect. I don't care if it's to make him more PG. That's too perfect.
He has, and he's in. There's 3 different apparently ways you can see him. He's at the actual Marvel campus. Okay. He goes up on the thing where they did the first hourly show where Black Widow was fighting.
Black Widow, Iron Man, all them were.
Yeah, so he's up there and they do a little act. He will go to the Guardians of the Galaxy ride where Star-Lord will come out and do the dance contest.
Well, I will never see that one.
Why not?
Because Guardians of the Galaxy ride is the new tower. It's the Tower of Terror.
No. It's not. You don't have to ride the ride. Out front where Star-Lord comes out and does the dance contest.
I'll see it.
So I've been personally there for it. So Gamora and Star-Lord will come out and they do a dance contest in front of the ride because it's fun.
Tell them about the dance-off to save the universe.
Exactly. He pops up in that too and dances with Star-Lord. It's funny. And then there's the third one where it's story time with Deadpool. And he comes out in a cardigan with a book and tries to tell a story. It's hilarious. I watched a whole video on it from Disney creators and content makers who filmed it, and it's so funny.
Don't worry, guys. We will do a full Deadpool Wolverine breakdown. Yes. We will. It's too good not to. But like I said, we will absolutely respect spoilering. Yes. We don't want to spoil people.
We'll probably give it another month, at least.
I mean,
we'll see what happens.
Maybe.
We'll see what happens. I don't know. When Iris Bear says they've seen it. You know what?
When Iris Bear says we can, we will. What about the rest of the trip? Like, was there anything notable or awesome about your trip that needs to be brought up right now?
You can join the dance contest. 100%, Iris. It's fun.
Two geeks up in the dance.
Oh, we'd kill it.
Dance off. We would.
Anyway, no, it was amazing. Great trip. Had a lot of fun. We hit every single part. We hit a bunch of things we hadn't hit in the past, which was a good time. I will say, if you've never ride Avatar Flight of Passage, that is such a fun ride. It is so good. It's like what's the ride? You're flying over the mountains and everything.
Soaring.
It's like soaring
with Patrick Warburton.
But you're going through Pandora on the back of an Ikron.
What?
It's so good. It's so much fun. I've ridden it twice now, and the second time was so much better because I knew what to expect and I wasn't scared of the drops that you feel. But it's fun. It's a good time. You should ride it.
I kind of
Also, there was one thing I wanted to do and I didn't do. If you don't know this about me, I'm a huge Avatar stan, the Blue People Avatar. Well, both avatars that we know. But I'm a huge Avatar stan. You know that. They now have.
I know that. I just didn't think you'd admit it publicly.
I don't give a fuck. I'll admit it to everybody. I love Avatar.
Can I tell you?
I had hesitations for the second movie, but we'll get into that later.
Can I confess something to you?
You hate it.
I've never seen.
You've never seen either movie?
I've never seen either movie.
So this is the end of Two Geeks One Night.
Never seen it.
Oh,
Never seen it.
Kidding me?
Never seen it.
It's going on the movie list. We're watching it.
You know what? It's fair.
I'll even give you my
because
bad parts. We're going to do an Avatar episode. We're
made
going to
you-
watch both movies, and we're going to do an Avatar episode now. This is
I've
happening.
made you
It's in the
watch
schedule.
so many stupid movies.
Right?
They'd be like, Eamon, you need to watch this. This is the greatest movie ever. Robot Jocks. This fucking movie sucks.
That's such a good one, though.
It was good, right?
Okay.
It was stupid, but it was good.
But anyway, here's the thing. I walked into the Avatar store. I was looking at all the merch. Obviously, I have my own personal Ekron, my little friend, which I thought was the coolest thing in the store. No, they've done themselves. You can sit in this little booth now, and it scans you, and it'll make you into an avatar.
So you're already a program in Tron.
Yes, I have my own.
And
Tron
now
program.
you're a...
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't do that.
I didn't do it because it's very expensive, and we had already budgeted for lightsabers and a bunch of other things. I'm sorry. Money was a factor this trip. It generally isn't for me and my wife when we go to Disney. Trust me, money doesn't matter.
Iris says we can't divorce on screen. The funny
We're gonna
part
make
there
this
is-
public.
The funny part there is we're actual brothers, so
We literally
we're
can't
kind of
divorce.
stuck with each.
Depp and her trial.
That's right. I'm gonna take a shit in his bed 4 times.
Anyway,
let's get back to
it. So great and amazing trip. I loved it so
Good.
much. I will try to be a better content creator next time. I promise. And I say next time because trust me, guys, we can't go a year without going to Disney with my wife. It's impossible. It literally is impossible. We have to do it. And now we know you can fly to California for only $40 from Ogden.
That's true. Ogden has life hack right here. This is super serious. First and foremost, you need to watch the Watt ones, or not Watt ones. Shameless self plug from WattCon. Hot Ones with Alton Brown.
Yes.
Because he talks about this, about regional airports.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, regional airports are amazing, first off. But there's one here in Ogden that flies into LA.
So it flies to the John Wayne Airport in Vista,
But
which is 30 minutes from Disneyland.
it's that big area down there.
Yeah. Or like 20 minutes.
So it goes
honestly,
from
flying
regional
about.
airport to regional airport. They usually have cars on standby for people to borrow. They usually have they've got all kinds of crazy things.
And let's put it in context for you people. This airport is so small. There's like
How small is it?
There's 3 TSA agents total. And Ogden Police Department, if you didn't know this, anytime a flight lands there with people, they have to dispatch 2 officers to the airport and stand there as security. I always see it pop up.
Dude,
It's funny.
talk about a cakewalk.
Yeah, it's an easy job.
Like
But
I kind of want to be a cop just to be security at the Ogden fucking regional airport.
but
Like,
then
you'd
you
be
gotta
like
be part of Ogden Police Department.
that would be I wouldn't want to be a part of OPD. Actually, I take
This
it
is a
back.
non-political channel.
This is non-political, but OPD sucks. Anyway, let's see. But the regional airport's like a $50 flight. You can go down on a Tuesday, come back on a Thursday.
Yeah, you just have to match your vacation days with the days they fly. They
Yeah,
only fly
'cause-
like twice or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
If that. It is a technically cargo airport.
But and they don't
Maybe.
have a lot of money to advertise too. So check your area to see if there's a regional airport because
Dude,
chances
you can
are
actually fly to some decent places.
Yeah.
I've already heard they might be doing a Vegas one. Too.
So, that would be cool.
That would
Well,
be fun.
Southwest has like a flight to Vegas for like $50, so it
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
matter.
true. Or we're just riding.
And Salt Lake is a Southwest hub.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Anyway,
What's next? What was I gonna say? So you had your trip. That was great.
it was amazing.
I did my trip
Your
as
trip
well,
was cool.
which I'd like to update
I was so
everybody
jealous I
on.
couldn't go.
Dude,
I was so
it
mad.
was one of the greatest.
So we just happened to plan 2 different vacations at the same time.
at the same time in 2 different, completely
Completely
different
locations.
veins. Completely different. So Disney World,
which was great.
I jumped on my motorcycle and went, fuck it, let's ride across the entire nation. And let me tell you something. I learned a lot, first off.
Trial and error.
It was great. First and foremost, I learned that motorcycle tires are not the same as car tires.
No, they are not.
They have like a 6,000 mile range and not a 50,000 mile range. So the last, 500 or 600 miles on my motorcycle were done on tires that were so worn out that the front tire was literally like bumpy on the tread. I'll show you. I don't think it's as bad as it sounds.
Were you showing cable yet?
No, there was no cable.
So we're not that bad.
We're good.
I've seen that bad before. I went, are you seriously riding on that?
But I started off my trip, and I actually posted content on Black Tower Podcast for the outgoing, for the first part of the trip. Yeah. Because the first part of the trip was I was heading to WattCon, Wheel of Time Convention, which is in Columbus,
Black Tower if you're not.
Follow Black Tower Podcast. Do the thing right there. Yeah, I need to get a geek sticker and put it right here.
We do. We're working on a merch store.
We're working on a merch store.
It's a thing.
It's a process.
It's a thing.
It's a process. But I rode my motorcycle. I jumped on. I rode my motorcycle. I went from Ogden down to Denver. Picked up a friend. The friend and I rode from Denver into Detroit, where I was hanging out with some people. Spent a night there. Way of the Leaf podcast, and then everybody went from Detroit into Columbus, which is where we did WattCon. Right. We had WattCon. It was a great weekend. The funny thing is I had planned this entirely, off the cuff. It's something I'd wanted to do. Yes, in Columbus, Ohio. Japanese for good morning or hello. But when we got to the convention, WattCon was double booked with another convention.
Really?
Which I don't think I've told you about yet.
No, I didn't hear this at all.
The other convention was a motorcycle convention. It was Maidens. Oh, what was it? It was a female motorcycle club.
Wow.
And they were some of the coolest ladies I've ever met. They were cool. So much fun. They were super cool about like the conventions crossing over.
That's awesome.
Motor Maidens? I think it was
probably
the Motor Maidens.
Something like that.
But they were super cool. It was super fun to get to meet them. And I roll up in the into the hotel parking lot, and I'm like revving my engine, thinking I'm so cool. And there's literally several hundred motorcycles in the parking lot. Hundreds of them.
That's just awesome.
Billions and billions of motorcycles. It was awesome. We had a lot of fun with that. WattCon was great. I got to hang out with Kate Redding and Michael Kramer. We got a twofer.
Yeah, you
That's
did.
Right. Got a twofer.
Got
that twofer.
Twofered it.
And got to talk about the soundscape from Jordan Reynolds, which, by the way, the Kickstarter is still going. I'll put a link in the description below.
So good.
But I got to play it for Kate Redding and Michael Kramer. And they both loved it.
That's cool.
And they retweeted the Kickstarter as well. They put it out on X. Wow. Or re-X'd it? Do you re-X it?
No, I don't. Twitter is the one thing I don't do. It's
weird. Man, look, I've been doing Twitter for literally almost 13 years.
Ever since the transition, it's weird.
No. It's always been weird.
Oh, okay. I've never had a Twitter in my life.
Nobody's ever understood it. We all act like we do, though. The cool thing was we have WattCon. It was great. We got to hang out. We got to do a lot of cool things. Got to see Guy Roberts. Got to hang out with Guy Roberts. He was so cool.
He's so cool.
I ate spicy wings with him. It was good. After that, we decided, because I convinced my Black Tower Podcast co-host, Andrew, to ride his motorcycle up.
Right.
And we thought, well, hey, we've got to do a Black Tower ride. So we did.
Of course.
We rode, after the convention was over, we rode from Columbus, Ohio. We went down to a tiny, tiny, tiny town called Deals Gap in Tennessee. Deals Gap has what is known as the tail of the dragon. All my motorcycle people probably know about this. 318 curves in one 11-mile stretch of road. And let me tell you, it was intimidating. It really was. The first time riding it, For me, the first time riding it was very intimidating. And I kind of feel bad because I was going the speed limit, which I thought I was kind of proud of myself going the speed limit on it. But towards the end of the stretch of road, there was like 4 or 5 people behind us. And apparently etiquette says that you're supposed to pull off and let them pass and go. And I didn't know that. And I was full clench, trying to make sure I was on the road and not leaning too hard and like rubbing on the side of the road. So there was a lot of that. However, it was a lot of fun. The countryside there is absolutely beautiful. We rode the tail of the dragon. I went up to, after that was complete, we went up to I-40. I rode across the nation I-40 in Oklahoma City, got to visit my grandparents. It was good. It was a great time. Had a great time. Got to drink beers with my cousin. If you guys are following us on TikTok, I posted, I believe I reposted. I posted that on. Yeah, I did a TikTok toast with my grandpa.
I think you did put it on Growth. It's on Geeks. At least
it's on Geeks. It's either a repost or it's posted on Geeks.
I think you posted it on Geeks.
I don't think I did.
Maybe
I did. I don't know. We'll see. But
too many accounts.
It counts. It does count. And then I rode my motorcycle back home, and that's again like I said about the last 500 or 600 miles. I realized my tires were wearing a little thin. I've got a video of an absolutely hellacious thunderstorm that I rolled in, and it felt like someone was pushing.
Was that the one
over.
Out or the one that back?
That was coming back.
Oh yeah, that one.
That was so going out. I rode through Hurricane Ruby, what was left of Hurricane Ruby.
Yeah.
Coming back, I went from Oklahoma City. I went just north, and I hit through Dodge City, Kansas. Mm-hmm. Went up to I-70, came into Denver. Well, as I was coming into Denver, this thunderstorm hit, and it was horrible. Now, I was looking at it going, I don't know how big it is, and the weather map, they do a pretty good job of showing you there's a storm. They don't do you a good job of showing where the intense parts. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know how to read a fucking weather map. But I decided to ride through, because I could see that the storm was spread up, and I decided to ride through a cross section of it to try and just get through the storm as quickly as possible.
Right.
That for about 5 minutes, that was horrible. And I got video of it, and I'm gonna post it on our socials eventually. But damn,
yeah, that was
hardcore.
Wind is what took me out on my first wreck ever.
Woo.
I was riding up a mountain in California, and there were 70-mile-per-hour crosswinds, and I couldn't keep it up. It took me out, and I broke my wrist on that ride. That's what killed my Harley.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was actually avoiding a truck that got kind of pushed over, so I avoided him. And as I did it, a gust of wind caught me, and I was gone.
Damn,
it was shitty.
So
wind is not fun on a motorcycle.
It is not fun on a motorcycle, dude. And Wyoming was the worst when it came to wind. So I hit through Denver, went up north. I decided I was trying to make it to Wyoming. That was my goal for the night because I was trying to hurry home.
Yeah.
And I was in Fort Collins, Colorado, and I was like, man, I'm really tired. It's really not safe for me to keep going. I'm going to try and stop in Fort Collins. Fort Collins had no hotel rooms. Every single hotel I called, every single motel I called, no availability. And I was like, damn, that's stupid. Okay, you know what? There's probably something happening in Fort Collins. Okay, I'll push up to Laramie, call it a night. Ready for this?
Nothing in Laramie.
Nothing in Laramie, except I finally found a Super 8 that had 2 rooms available. Wow. By fluke. Thank you so much. She was amazing. She booked me the room. We talked about she had a smartwatch that was a Marvel Edition smartwatch.
Hey.
And I gave her the wristband, my 2 Geeks wristband
that
awesome. I had. So hopefully she's following. I ordered new 2 Geeks wristbands. So we got new coming. So if you see us in the wild, you definitely need to get some swag from us because it's happening. Found a room to stay in Laramie, but what I found out was there was Pioneer Days or some kind of festival that's going on. And I was like, what the hell? Apparently it books every hotel in a 200-mile radius. This thing is crazy. And it does it for the entire month of July. So if you're planning on traveling, don't try and find a hotel in the month of July in Wyoming. That's what I learned.
That's insane.
It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. As far as the rest of the ride went, it was super fun. I had an amazing time. There was a lot of empty sort of moments of zen, right? Because as everybody who rides a motorcycle knows, you can't be like, hey man, what's going on, to the person next to you, because you've got the wind, you've got all your protective gear on, you've got your helmet, you've got the sound of the engine. There's nothing really insulating you from the sound of the engine there. And there's a lot of just, kind of being in your own head, kind of thinking through things. And I will say this, it was probably one of the more therapeutic experiences of my life. Super relaxing. It was so relaxing.
Why a ride?
I spent so much time just going through some of the struggles that I've been going through lately, because the last year has not been too very kind to me. But it was good. It was good. It was a great ride. It was it's one of those things that I'm going to tell my grandkids about. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It was one of those kinds of stories. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Mm-hmm. So lots more Two Geeks rides going to come up.
Oh yeah, we're going to.
We both ride. If you didn't know that, if you ride, comment down below and let us know what ride should we do.
We did have someone on Instagram who wanted to like collab with us.
Hell yeah!
So I was like, we got to talk to him.
Heart?
No. Some I don't know.
We'll talk about it later. I know who it is. If it's the third I'm thinking about.
So that was my trip. Yeah. Which was two-part. Like I said, the first one out was like Wheel of Time centric. Yeah. Coming back, so I did Two Geeks. Having a great time with that.
It's awesome.
Coming soon. We've got Salt Lake Comic Con.
Fan X.
Fan X. We got Fan Experience.
It's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be great. We definitely got to go there. We're currently building up some cosplays for that. Secondly, coming up, we've got some cosplay streams. Follow our other socials too, because we've got a lot of projects that we just kind of need to get going on that we don't have enough time on this show to do.
Right. So
you got to catch our other socials to make sure you're not missing out on some of the projects that we're going to be
doing videos and things of that about things.
Fan X is the big one
that's the big one coming up.
I'm pretty excited.
A couple other conventions we've looked into, we might be trying to hit.
If you've got a convention that's close by or something, post it in the comments below. We'll head out there.
I have a buddy trying to get us to come to California for Viking Fest. I would love to do it. It's in September. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it, but that would be cool.
Is that an annual thing? Or is it?
Every year, Viking Fest in San Diego. I'll show it to you later. But yeah, I was talking about it because, we can do the $40 flight to John Wayne, and then we just drive straight down.
We can do Viking Fest and Disney in the same trip.
You sound like my wife. Anyway. Yes. So I have a buddy trying to convince me to come out.
Do I look like her?
No.
Oh, good.
Significantly
that was concerning.
Significantly ugly.
Woo!
Anyway.
Drink to that.
Yeah. Viking Fest. There's a bunch of other cons that I've looked up and found that we really need to try to get and do. But this is the thing. It's a lot of time and money, and we still have normal jobs.
We do.
So share Two Geeks with all your friends, so we can
shameless self plug.
So we can stop working normal jobs and go do whatever the hell we want.
It's true. There's a couple. So there's a bunch of movies. I do want to get your thoughts really quick, because we're getting to where we kind of need to wrap up.
Right.
But I do want to get your thoughts really quick, because I know this has been quite controversial on the internet. Robert Downey Jr. coming back to the MCU as Dr. Doom. Go. What do you think?
Okay. Here's my point. I love RDJ. I'm going to put it out there. He's a great actor, great human, as I understand it. Not a lot of people have issues with him. He keeps kind of
he went through his lumps. He's an addict.
He took his lumps,
and he recovered.
The where he is today from where he started is an amazing story. If you don't know RDJ's story, go look it up. It's amazing.
He did a great job
of stints in prison and
coming
all that
back
stuff.
from that.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that was one of the reasons that he got the part for Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Because it's such a similar story. Like Tony Stark had that
comeback story. There first start, but anyway. So here's my thing though.
The billionaire.
RDJ, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Iris Bear, if you plan a convention in your backyard, yes.
Yes, we will come to that convention, 100%. Oh, that's the other one I want to mention real fast. The Gathering of Madness for Black Tower podcast. This is obviously
I'm such a great content creator,
right?
Like promoting.
Completely forgot his own other content. So for the other podcast, the Black Tower, we are currently in the planning phase for the Gathering of Madness, which is a Black Tower convention.
That's right. So
basically to get the 20 people who actually care about you to come.
That's right.
Hang out.
That's right.
It's a party.
This one is very Wheel of Time centric, and we're going to be in Charleston, South Carolina, which, for those of you who don't know, is Wheel of Time Mecca. Really,
if you don't,
that's where Robert Jordan lived. He wrote most of the books there.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the books, because the last 3 were written by Brandon Sanderson.
Which he technically still wrote.
His home is still there. Harriet, who was the editor and Robert Jordan's wife, she still lives there.
Yeah.
Maria still lives there. She's Team Jordan. She was another one of the editors and was one of the was an assistant to Robert Jordan in the final days of his life.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff around Charleston, South Carolina. We're going to get a tour of a bunch of different things. I don't want to get too much into it because we've got surprises, and I don't want to ruin any of the surprises.
It is a Black Tower thing. It's not a well. Two Geeks is kind of collabing on this one.
It's true
because I am helping with the planning phase, which is a lot of fun. So it's going to be a Two Geeks. The Black Tower's leading. We're sponsoring. Let's put it that way. Two Geeks is sponsoring. Sponsoring.
Hold on.
The Black Tower.
We don't have nearly that much money.
I'll do it for free this time. This time. Anyway. So yeah, if you don't follow Black Tower, go ahead and follow them. And then if you can make it out of Charleston, South Carolina, come have fun. It's actually going to be a really good time. I really need you to make a pilgrimage to what?
Yes, you do.
We're going to do it.
It's going to happen.
100%. Anyway, back to RDJ.
Back to RDJ. Yeah. So he's Dr. Doom.
He is now Dr. Doom.
As Dr. Doom.
I have mixed feelings. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I love RDJ. I think he did an amazing job with Iron Man. I think he really built that character. But here's the point I'm going to make. Are we bringing him in as straight Dr. Doom, and we're never going to see who is behind the mask of Dr. Doom? Or are they trying to say that Tony Stark in a multiverse setting is now Dr. Doom? That's my question.
That's a good, because that did happen in the comics. There is a variant.
Yeah.
There is a Tony Stark Dr. Doom variant.
Is there actually?
Yes.
I didn't even know.
Oh yeah, no, he exists in the comics.
So that's my point. Are we just pulling that in?
That's my.
Or are we making him just a new Doctor?
That's my question. Because if we're doing that,
because I will fully admit, we haven't had a good Doctor Doom live action.
We have not. The
ones that we've seen were not.
We're not the best. They weren't the worst.
No,
but they weren't the best.
No.
I'm excited just because here's the thing. Oppenheimer. RDJ won an award for Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Oh, he did amazing.
And my thinking was before I saw the movie, I was like, what the hell? How did he win an award for this? And then I watched it, and oh my god,
RDJ's an amazing actor.
He's a great actor.
I mean, he even blackfaced and nobody called him out on it. I'm just saying, RDJ's amazing.
No, Ben Stiller took all the flack for that one.
Oh, he's 100% did, which is weird. Anyway, like I said, I love RDJ. I'm excited to see what's going to happen, but I'm cautious.
Yes,
let's say that. I'm cautious about
it. Are you optimistically cautious?
I'm optimistically cautious.
Optimistically cautious.
No, my drink is empty.
Are you empty?
You know the week I've had. Another.
I like this drink. Look. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay.
Oh, we got comments.
We got comments. If they spin it that way, I retract my vote. Because earlier Iris was talking about, yeah. You do need to see Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer.
You know what? Look. Okay, look. I'm about to change the subject again. I saw the Barbie movie in theaters.
Me too.
And that movie had no right to be as good as it was. It had no right to be as good as it was. I said it, and I'll say it again. That was a good movie.
That's all I'm going to say.
The story was so freaking perfect.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm just Ken.
I'm just Ken. Anywhere else I'd be a 10. Yes. I am Ken up.
I will admit, I fully loved that movie. It was great.
I'm Ken up.
It was a good movie.
I am Ken up.
And I got dragged to it, basically. And I still loved it. It was a good movie.
So
we are all Ken up.
We got Wasteland Sniper. We're getting back to RDJ. Wasteland Sniper says, it feels like a desperate move to get the audience they lost from faith. Look, I hear where you're going with this, and I kind of agree. Because here's the thing. We've not seen post Endgame,
right?
We've not seen anything really spectacular from Marvel. But
I will say,
is that because Endgame was S tier?
Oh my God! You cannot outdo us in the Endgame right now. When I saw that in the theaters, oh no!
Apparently, we're having a shot.
We just got past shots
to Endgame.
Oh, absolutely.
To Marvel.
This is our thing. Like we said about Star Wars, you can like 25% and still like the series. All right, I love most of Marvel.
Why is it that people say, "I love Baskin Robbins, I love Ben and Jerry's," but you don't love every single flavor they have? No.
Brahms.
Bro, I do love every single flavor Brahms has.
You can't hate
you can't hate any. You know what? To Brahms.
To Brahms.
Hashtag if you know, you know.
Anyway,
it's real harsh at first, but then it mellows out. It's so good.
That's the Five Wives Raspberry Lemonade Vodka. Which is,
oh God, it's so good though.
It's so good.
I say with like a pained look on my face. I promise I do like it.
Actually good. Anyway,
so my thoughts on RDJ coming back as Dr. Doom. I'm hoping that now how about I say this? It could work. It could work. Yeah. I will say this. Disney has again and again and again said that exactly.
I get you.
It's
a money game. We all understand that with Disney right now. It's a money game.
And here's the thing though. Time and time again, they've done things that I've been like, really? Like I did this with Ant-Man.
It does burn so good, Iris.
I did this with Ant-Man. I was like, when they were like, we're gonna make Ant-Man, I was like, who the fuck cares about Ant-Man?
Nobody.
And guess what? I the fuck care about Ant-Man.
The first one.
After seeing Paul Rudd as the Ant-Man,
it was good,
dude.
But here's the other thing.
I love it, and I love his role in Civil War.
Ant-Man was amazing.
His role in Endgame.
Quantumania was shit.
Quantumania was bad.
I'm sorry, it was. Anyway,
it was.
So this is the whole thing with the Marvel franchise now, though. They've made really great movies that we love. I love almost every Iron Man movie up to Endgame. Almost.
That's great for you. I love that for you.
I know. You're an idiot. It's fine. We all accept that. Anyway, I love, like we said, we love most of what Marvel did.
Same.
That wants instant.
Same.
I'm agreeing with you. They're appeasing to an audience that wants instant gratification these days. That's what it is right now, right? Okay? Everybody wants instant gratification. They want what they want. But we got to remember that Marvel, we have our own bartender, and she's amazing, and I love her.
love it. That's one of our producers.
I even got a Death Star bubble in there.
You didn't get the penis ice?
No, she didn't give me penis ice.
That's probably reserved for me. Okay, look, as RDJ as Dr.
Anyway.
Doom, I'm going to say it like this. I have faith in RDJ, right?
I have
As
faith
an
he's
actor.
going to try.
I
This
think
is the
he's-
thing about RDJ. He carried a lot of Marvel on his back for many years.
He did. Well, no, he was
100%.
he started the MCU.
He did. 100%.
He started the MCU.
He brought us all in. We followed RDJ through the entirety to Endgame, and then he died, which happened.
Spoilers, bro.
If you haven't seen Endgame yet, you're just not
Yeah,
following the right content. You need to go find somebody
Yeah.
else because we're 100%.
Or just watch Endgame,
or just watch Endgame, 'cause
which is
you're
one of the
weird.
greatest movies ever made.
I
if
watched
I'm being
it
honest.
Opening day in the theater in California.
Yes.
It was amazing.
I watched it.
I was not waiting for spoilers on that one. I watched it opening day.
I watched it opening day, and then flew out to New York City the very next day on a vacation,
I watched it again.
and was watching. No, I didn't watch it again,
Oh.
but I was walking around New York City, being like,
I watched it.
"I watched Endgame. None of these people watched." Endgame.
Me and my wife went all out for this one, which honestly at that point financially was probably an idiot move. We got that super fancy theater that has the waiter that will bring you a meal while you're watching
yes.
the movie and everything. It was amazing. It was honestly the best movie experience I've ever had.
Okay.
It's so good. Anyway,
So RDJ,
RDJ as
I-
Dr. Doom.
I have faith in him as an actor.
Yes.
Okay. And
And as
before
someone
you,
who is
before you want to blame the actor, this is why I say don't bully the actors. Never, ever, ever, ever. Do not ever blame the actor. Do not ever get on an actor's social media and tell them, "I hate you because you sucked in this movie." Guess what, guys? There's so much more than the actor that goes into the
I'm with
production. RDJ as Dr. Doom, I think RDJ can knock it out of the park acting wise.
100%.
I will say too, because Kevin Feige is in charge of the project,
Yes.
and Feige's
I'm-
been good to us.
Feige
also-
has killed it.
Also take into account that Feige was the producer of Wolverine and Deadpool.
Yes.
Because one of the things to take into account to not go back, do not go into Wolverine and Deadpool thinking it's Deadpool 3. It is not.
No.
It is not.
No.
Deadpool
We're going
movie,
into a whole
which
other
is
world.
an official introduction of Deadpool into the MCU.
Yes.
Because
We
it's
are
the
pulling him
first
from Fox and giving him to Disney.
it's the
This
first
is what this is.
Deadpool movie that starts with the Marvel banner.
Yes. And it's so good.
So Robert RDJ, I can't even remember his freaking name now.
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
as Dr. Doom.
I'm excited.
This brings me questions. This makes me have questions because are we gonna get John Krasinski as Reed Richards?
Ooh.
Is that something they're holding in their back pocket
Is
as
that
a
what
surprise?
Well, here's the thing.
Because we had
They
John
released-
Krasinski for
they
like 30
released-
seconds.
If you saw it, they released like a cover like movie poster photo, right?
Well, we have Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards already. We know that. That's been a confirmed casting. We love Pedro.
I have other thoughts about that one.
We
but
love
okay.
Pedro.
I don't mind
We
Pedro.
love Pedro.
But
Pedro can do no wrong.
I'm making you no more drinks.
I just lost my bartender.
Yeah, you did, because you don't love Pedro on principle.
I'm not saying I don't love Pedro. I love Pedro. I would do whatever he asked me to do. Okay? Let's put it that way. But he's not a Reed Richards. I'm
Hashtag-
sorry, he's
hashtag-
not Reed Richards.
Pedro is Zaddy. How do you know?
I don't know.
Bro, look,
I don't know.
Pedro has been
I'm gonna chug this. And get
Pedro has been a Nicolas Cage fanboy. He has been a Game of Thrones noble.
Daddy.
He has been a fucking Mandalorian. He has been a DC Comics villain. The dude has range.
You even missed the best one. He is the king of Last of Us.
My point stands.
I know.
The man has
He
range.
got range. I get it.
Okay,
I
just
get it.
saying.
Okay, I get
Just
it.
saying.
I don't know. This is my thing, though. It's probably because I've hated every Fantastic Four movie that's ever come out. They've all been.
I
bad.
didn't
I'm
hate-
sorry.
I didn't hate the
They're
first one with
horrible.
Chris Evans. I liked
There
that
were
one.
parts I liked.
Yeah.
I hated the movie in general.
But also, don't say it. I know you want to say it. Don't say it.
I'm probably going to say it.
As Dr. No, don't. You can't.
I don't wanna say
That's
it.
spoilers. You can't say it.
What?
Don't say it.
Anyway, say what you're going to say so I know what I'm not
I'm going to say that I'm hoping. Here's what I'm going to say. Pedro Pascal is Reed Richards. That was announced a while ago. We got the casting for that a while ago. Robert Downey Jr. is Dr. Doom. Okay, cool. Guess what? We're moving into the next. Yes.
I'm with you, Irish Bear. I promise.
But look at the hot. She's got the hot emojis.
I'm
He's
not-
so hot.
Listen.
In the fireman, you'd go down on him in the ass?
If he asked.
If he asked. Okay, good. Look, I'm trying to finish my sentence here. Let me.
Finish your sentence.
Look. Yes. That's a plug for Marvel Champions, the card game, which is great, by the way. If you haven't played it, you need to.
I haven't played it. You keep playing it without me.
Well, you keep going on vacation without me.
You know what?
Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom, I feel like, is going to be reminiscent of the initial introduction of the MCU. I feel like that's what they're trying to do.
They're trying to restart.
Which is good. Which is what they need to do.
But this is what I was going to say. You've seen the poster release that they put out. Did you see that?
Of what?
Doomsday.
No, I didn't see that. Oh, yeah. I saw that.
You saw that picture.
It was Avengers
What did we
Doomsday.
What did we notice in the bottom?
What did we notice in your bottom?
I mean, there's been a few things there. But anyway, we had all three Spider-Men. All three of the Spider-Man, which the last Spider-Man with all three was amazing. I loved it.
Oh, yeah. Spider-Man No Way Home.
So good. Anyway.
Phenomenal.
We had all three Spider-Man. It means Tobey's coming back and Garfield's coming back.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Wasteland Sniper says, let's play another game.
Let's go!
Let's do it.
I'll play a game.
Let's do it.
I'm down.
Let's do it.
We're going to play it.
We're going to do it. By the way, for those of you who don't know, if you go back to our last video, which I'll put a link down below for our last video.
You played games without me.
We played Marvel Champions. We played a deck where we had, I was Deadpool.
She was Wolverine.
Wasteland Sniper was Wolverine.
That was awesome.
And we fought against Master Mold.
It was so good.
It was so good. It was so much fun.
I was watching live for a little bit.
And
I was in Disney.
So what Wasteland Sniper is saying is, let's come back and let's play again.
Oh, we're going to do it.
I fully support this decision.
100%. It's going to happen.
So
anyway, back to what we were talking about.
I feel like
if you look in the bottom of that picture, which I wish we could bring it up right now, but I haven't Googled it.
We didn't do that thing. What's that called? Oh, research
and prep work.
Prep work.
This is we're just talking episode because
we didn't do the prep.
We don't ever prep. Do we ever prep?
We should.
We prepped for one episode, and honestly, it was good. But it's so much work.
Prep. Prep is really important.
Let me just say this right now. I work a night shift right now, guys. I'm day drinking technically right now. It's a lot of work. Anyway, back to what we were talking about.
I will say,
don't look at the poster. See all the characters you can see in the bottom of that poster. I'm fucking excited for Doomsday. I'm not gonna admit that at all.
Out loud, anyway. Especially not on the internet. Look.
Anyway, I'm excited for Doomsday. I want to see it so bad because I right.
Look,
what is wrong with you two?
Here's the end game.
I mean, the whole audience.
I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna watch it.
We're gonna watch
it. Regardless.
We're gonna watch it,
and we're gonna talk about it.
I've watched every Marvel movie that's ever came out.
We're gonna give reviews,
and I've only stopped one.
And guess what? We're gonna be honest about those reviews.
Oh, 100%.
Those reviews are going to be based on the quality of the production and the story.
Yes,
that's what they're going to be based on.
That is what we're gonna do.
You know what? We've had a great time. We've been hanging out.
I love this.
We've had some drinks. Two geeks.
We're amazing.
One mic. We're geeking out here. Make sure you hit the follow. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. It helps. It's a free way to help us out. We have a merch store in the works right now.
We're working on it.
So if you like this guy right here, if you like that logo right there, you'd be able to put that on a shirt. And you'd be able to wear it around and say, I'm a
also geek. Tell us in the comments right now, what do you want to see as merch? What merch do you want?
What did we
we'll
say something?
Create it.
We will make it.
We will create it. I promise. Tell me.
We will come. No, we won't.
Wait a minute. What? Hold on.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks so much for watching. You guys are awesome. We
love
appreciate you. We hella appreciate you.
Love.
You guys are the best. Thanks for being the best damn geeks in the world. If this show entertained you,
Love you,
please
Iris.
share it with your friends so they too can geek out with us in a place in which geeking out
We
is
got it. Shirts and hats.
fully
We got you.
100%
I got you, Garza.
appreciated and encouraged.
And stickers for laptops. We
And
got you.
stickers for the laptop. I did say that earlier.
We're gonna do
Thank
it.
you for the reminder.
Oh,
Iris.
she can win all the way.
And mugs.
We gotta make
Okay,
mugs.
guess what though? We might have frosty mugs. It works.
Wait, what? We got frosty mugs?
Maybe. Not yet. Not right now. We do.
Oh,
We're working on it.
I
But
want
here's the
frosty
thing. Here's the thing. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Oh,
Thanks
sorry.
for joining us. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for geeking out with us.
We love you all.
You guys are the best. From all of us here at Two Geeks, One Mic, we hope you leave here just a little bit more geeky than you were when you first got here. And from all of us at Two Geeks, I am Josh.
And I am still Eamon,
Still,
as far as I know.
he's not a lizard person in disguise.
It's possible. Stay geeky.